My mission in life is not merely to survive, but to thrive, and to do so with some passion, some compassion, some humor, and some style. Maya Angelou. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine, and as you can see by the title of this video, I'll be telling you guys my weight loss journey and how I lost 60 pounds. So before I begin, I just wanted to tell you guys that I am not a health expert. I'm not a professional. This is everything that I went through and what helped me out. So just please take that into consideration as I'm telling you my journey. So we could begin in 2017 in September when I was going through something very traumatic in my family. It was a few days after I first began college, and I was probably in an awful state of mind. And in order to cope with everything, I ate a lot. I found myself eating more than I usually do, which is stress eating. I could say a lot of people do it. It's not the healthiest thing, and I don't suggest it at all because it's not a good habit. But that's just what I was doing. I was eating nonstop, even when I wasn't hungry, just so I could hide my emotions and hide the fact that I was sad and depressed. I found myself doing that for literally a year and a half. I was eating nonstop, and in February of 2019, I had to get a physical done for a summer job that I was going to have. And when you get a physical, you get your height, your weight, your temperature, blood pressure, all that stuff. So at the time, it was 2019, so I was 20 years old, and I'm 5'4", and I'm still 5'4". And I had to get on the scale. So I'm like, okay, you take your jacket off, you take your shoes off to take away a few pounds, whatever. And I got on the scale, and I'm like, what? This? No way. I did not want to believe what I saw. So I looked at the lady that was in the room, and I was like, is there any way we can reset this and I get back on? Because I don't think this is right. And she was like, sure, Jasmine, your time. Okay. So I get off the scale, she resets or whatever, and I get back on, and the number is still there. And I'm like, I don't think this number's right. That scale said I weighed 232 pounds. I said, miss, I don't think I weighed 232 pounds. And she just looked at me and she was like, Jasmine, honey, if the scale says you weigh 232, then you weigh 232. And I'm like, I was so in denial. I wasn't trying to hear it. I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to believe it. So I'm like, you know what, whatever. No, I don't. It's okay. And then also I found out I was pre-diabetic. Now, mind you, for a couple of years, I've been told I was pre-diabetic, but like I said, I wasn't trying to hear it. I didn't want to believe it or see it. But on my physical form, she wrote that I weighed 232 and that I was pre-diabetic. And I'm like, is this a joke? I'm 20 years old, I'm 5'4", and I'm so unhealthy. I was in so much disbelief. I get home, I start crying to my grandma, and she's like, Jasmine, you should try and change and get into healthier habits now rather than waiting years from now when you're older, because it's gonna be harder. And I wasn't trying to eat healthier. I wasn't trying to work out, sweat, go to the gym. I wasn't trying to do any of it. So this was February of 2019. I decided to start in March, my weight loss journey. I decided to just wait and see how it was gonna go until the end of the month and start in March. So March comes and I start with the eating habits. Now, before I continue, I just want to say that I am a vegetarian. I've been a vegetarian since January of 2018, okay? Even though I was a vegetarian, I was still eating like crap. I was still eating a lot of pizza, still eating a lot of fries, eating a lot of chips. Candy, not so much. I was never a soda drinker, and I barely drank juice. I mostly drank water, but I was still eating like crap because like I said before, I was going through a lot of stress eating, and I really didn't care. I really didn't care. So March of 2019, I cut out everything that I loved, and I was strictly eating salads and drinking smoothies. That low-key bothered me a lot. Now, mind you, I did lose weight, but it was I was always still hungry because I wasn't eating all of the junk food and stuff, but I wasn't eating enough when I was eating the salads and drinking the smoothies. Workout wise, I started the first few weeks working out at home. I did like sit-ups. I tried doing sit-ups, and a year later I still can't do them. And I would do like crunches and like the 6 inches. I did all that. Eventually I realized that wasn't enough, so I joined the gym. I started joining the gym the end of March, and I joined Planet Fitness. That gym is a 10 out of 10. I love it so much. I first started going once, twice a week. I would go on the treadmill for about 30, 45 minutes, and then I would just leave. I didn't want to try any of the other equipment because I was still new. I was still learning. And then as the time went on, I started doing the treadmill for an hour, and I learned the elliptical. The elliptical is probably my favorite thing to do at the gym. I did that for 30 minutes, and then I started doing the steps for 5 minutes and the rowing boat thing for 10 minutes. And then that was it with the equipment, and then I would go home. So me going to the gym 1 to 2 times a week went from 2 to 3 times to 3 to 4 times. And each month went by, and I noticed myself losing 1 pound, 2 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds. And then eventually in September of 2019, I weighed like 192, and I'm like, whoa. In March, I was just 232. Now I'm 192. Let's see where this can keep going. So in those months, like I said, I stopped eating the pizza, the fries, all that. I eventually started eating chips again, but I didn't eat them every day. I would eat them like once, twice, 3 times a week as a snack, because you can't deprive yourself of what you love, because you're going to be miserable and you are going to be more hungry. And honestly, like, I mean, in my opinion, I don't think it's fair to deprive yourself of what you used to love. I would just say limit yourself with what you eat. And here's a nice fun tip, I guess you could say. For me, what worked was counting my calories. A lot of people say that's not realistic, but to me it is, because I'm a numbers person. Like when I saw that 232 when I was at the doctor's appointment, that instantly was always in my head, and I'm like, damn, like that's me. Like, I mean, I know they always say don't associate your scale with who you are, but that's just what I did. And that's what made me want to change. It did, and it worked for me. So what I would do is I would make my own food. I really stopped ordering out, and I would do it like once a week maybe, and I would count what each calorie was for the foods. And mind you, I drank water, so I didn't have to worry about that. And I would work out more in the gym, so that way I burned more calories the more I ate, and eventually that worked for me. And in December 2019 to January 2020, I was really sick, and I lost my smell, I lost my taste, and I was coughing like crazy, like every day. It was really bad. So I couldn't go to the gym, because when I was at the gym trying to work out, I would cough instantly, and I would have to leave after 20 minutes because I couldn't breathe. I had to have my inhaler, so that just messed up my whole routine, because when I started back up again in February, I noticed it was harder for me to work out. But it was still working though, because I was still losing the weight, and I was still like shedding the fat and everything. So before the whole coronavirus thing happened, it was the beginning of March, and I started, weighing myself again just to see where I was at. And I was finally hitting 180, and I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy. I never in a million years would imagine myself being this weight, because I started gaining a lot of weight in 2016 because I was going through some health issues. And I really don't remember how much I gained, but I do know I gained weight because my clothes sizes were getting bigger. And I really just never thought that I was gonna get healthier again. I only thought that I was gonna gain weight. And that's an awful mindset to have. But for years, I never had the motivation. I was always the bigger friend out of my group of friends. A lot of them are thinner than me. So I always was insecure about that. So as of today, when I got on the scale, I weighed 170 pounds. And I was like, me? how? Like, even to this day, like, I clearly see it and my body is changing. And I just can't, like, just thank God for how grateful I am that I was able to do this and get into the mindset of wanting to be healthier. Because at the end of the day, I realized for me that it was really a mind thing. I was always like, Jasmine, you can't do it. Jasmine, you can't do it. Jasmine, it's not possible. When really, it is possible because I did it. In February of 2019, I weighed 232 pounds. We're in April of 2020 and I'm down to 170. So it is possible, and I believe in you. Whether you're trying to lose weight, whether you're trying to gain weight, whether you're trying to maintain the weight you're at, like, just know, like, it is possible because I did it. I know people that done it. I know people that are trying to do it now. And it is possible, and just know I believe in you so much. That is really my weight loss journey. What I really did, like I said, counting the calories, eating better, the portion sizes that I ate because I stopped overeating, and going to the gym. That's what worked for me. I hope it works for you. And if not, I hope you guys do find something that works for you. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more videos, and let me know in the comments section what you think and what you see next. Thank you. Bye.